Hello, Carl here with Sustainability Theory News. We got 5 stories for you, and we're at farmprogress.com. Have an article on electrified farming equipment. Pictured here is a JCB telehandler. It's all electric. A telehandler helps you move large loads on a pallet. It doesn't have to be on a pallet. It could be hay bales or whatnot, depending on what tool you have on the front. And this telescopes out, so it can allow you to raise it up into, say, a hay loft or whatnot. Now, electrified farm equipment, it's certainly a nice idea, but there are issues. For example, many industrialized farms have big combines that are $500,000 or $200,000. That's on the low end nowadays on new equipment. And these machines might only run for a few weeks a year, but they're running 16 hours a day for those 2 weeks to 6 weeks straight for harvest season. Well, you know what? Batteries don't last that long right now. You'd have to fill that whole thing up with batteries, and you couldn't charge them all within that 8 hour downtime that it would have while the farmer's asleep. So, big equipment might not be the best option, but small farms like this little tractor here can get up to 70 horsepower. That can get a lot of jobs done on a farm. Might not be able to do it all day, every day, but it could certainly get a lot of different jobs done. So small farms, I think electrified equipment is certainly more scalable than on the large industrialized farms. All right, so the next story, we're over at Frontiers. It's an article, a science paper, research article on perennial staple crops. Now, many staple crops are like wheat, soybeans, corn, and they're annuals. They have to be replanted every year. Well, they talk about perennial crops that can be planted once, and they do require some maintenance, but come back year after year. Now, here are some different perennial crop types. Some of the ones you may be familiar with are sugar crops, fruits and whatnot, cane sugar, apples, non-staple fruit crops. But the staple crops, maybe it's palm oil. Avocados also have lots of fats in them. Perennial beans. The mesquite tree actually creates a bean, but there's also locust, which is more of a bean for fodder crops, as it talks about down here. The honey locust, mulberry. Both can be consumed by humans. Mulberries, I think, are delicious, but animals love them. So perennial crops as a way to create a permanent agricultural system, permaculture. It's a pretty good study and talks about how we should have more staple crops that can provide good fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, like the coconuts, the bamboo shoots, the bananas, avocados, perennial beans, and whatnot. All right, next article. We're at the USDA's website. They have a new high tunnel grant. It's not too new. Basically, a high tunnel is like a greenhouse, except the crops are grown in the soil. And greenhouses are typically considered to have, potted containers, like a hydroponic type system sometimes. So a high tunnel system, with this grant, if you as a farmer would have to pay the money up front, and then if the high tunnel passes an inspection, I think your land has to pass an inspection too, then you get reimbursed for that high tunnel. I saw a YouTuber did this and got $9,000 back for building the high tunnel. Now, is this the right thing to do? Leave your comments below, having taxpayer dollars spent for farmers. Is it just another way to give out taxpayer money to people who may or may not need it? I do know our food system is woefully inadequate in many ways. Is this grant hurting or helping society? Leave your comments below. All right, so let's see next story here. Composting Mulching to build healthy soils from scratch. This is from westhawaiitoday.com. Hawaii has lots of volcanoes, and volcanic soil is actually not incredibly good when it's new, when it's fresh, right out of the volcano and for a couple hundred years. There's not a lot of organic matter, and the soils need organic matter to both store moisture for the roots and for the plant, and also help hold nutrients. And more importantly, it's a good home for beneficial microbes, bacteria and fungus that can help break down the minerals that are in that lava flow, make them into a form that can be uptaken by the plant. And as you can see, this tree, it's a mangrove tree, I believe. And lots of trees, oh, it's a blue marble tree. Lots of trees in these forests grow on top of the soil. And the leaf litter is really some of the only organic matter. So they actually get their nutrients and the moisture from that leaf litter. And it does slowly build up topsoil. And this article talks about how the importance of composting and mulching can build soils from scratch. So let's say you have a field that's been degraded from industrialized farming practices, poor soil management, and whatnot. It's all sand or it's all clay. Well, the solution in either case is to add organic matter. It could be wood chips or biochar, a little combination of both. Biochar is basically just charcoal, but it helps give a nice home for the beneficial microbes to hold, because when you turn wood into charcoal, it makes it very porous. Lots of little holes for the bacteria and fungus, primarily fungus, to live in. They love a nice woody environment. And then it breaks down the soil, and any organic matter you add to it helps create, I think that in South America they call it terra preta. It's like a unlimited supply of nutrition for the soil, I guess. You just combine food scraps with charcoal, and it creates a great soil. All right, the last article, or rather a couple of pages, I saw this article interviewing this guy, started this company, Appalachian Grit, Landscaping Redefined. It's basically a landscaping design company that creates permaculture forests, gardens really, for homeowners and landowners, and can help design, install, and service. Now, he only has a couple of projects on the website, and he also talked about another company called Thrive Lot. We'll go there now. I believe they're both based out of Tennessee, but Thrive Lot helps connect people throughout the eastern seaboard of the United States and central United States who are looking to design a sort of a permaculture garden, a regenerative agriculture, food forest perhaps. Lots of different names for it, but basically plants that come back year after year. They talk about booking your site assessment, and they give out your information to a local expert. And that's where the previous guy, the Appalachian Grit entrepreneur, James Artman, former Special Ops Army Ranger sniper, he gets leads from this site, Thrive Lot. So maybe you're a homeowner who wants to build a permaculture garden. Maybe this site can connect you with someone that has experience in that area. Maybe you're an expert in permaculture design. Maybe this site can help connect you with consumers who could use your services. They do talk about a $500 fee for the site plan. First, you talk to them. Hey, this is what you're looking for. These are the foods you like or don't like. They review the design proposal after the expert designs it, gives you a detailed plan for $500, and then they can install and maintain this permaculture garden. I think there may be a good business in this. I've toyed with the idea of maintaining other people's gardens and whatnot, but quite frankly, my own garden's enough to tend with. And I'm growing it year after year. This next spring is going to be amazing. But maybe there's someone out there that has a landscaping business. They cut grass and whatnot. This could be a good way to add some additional revenue. You're already traveling to their house every week or so in the summertime. Why not spend some extra time weeding the garden, maybe harvesting some crops, leaf blowing some of the debris out of there, and get extra money at the same time. Win-win situation. All right, I'm going to leave the links in the description below. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, leave a comment below. Tell me why. If you have some ideas on other videos I can make, please let me know. I'd love to see what you got. And subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. Have a great day.